Hey everyone, so I'm going to be doing number 19 in the Chapter 4 homework. And the question says, 2 blocks are fastened to the ceiling of an elevator, and the elevator accelerates upward at 2 meters per second squared, and we need to find the tension in each part of the rope. So I have drawn the picture right here, and I'm going to label the rope between distance A and B tension number 1, and the distance between C and D tension number 2. So now we can begin by drawing our free body diagram. So for the purple block, we know that the weight is pulling it down and that tension 1 is pulling it up. But there is also a second force acting on it, which is tension 2, because that is attached to the bottom of the block, and that is actually pulling the purple block downward. So we're going to add tension 2 onto the diagram. And then for the orange block, it is very simple. It is just the weight pulling it downward and the tension 2 pulling it upward. So now that we have all of our diagrams drawn, we can write our trusty sum of all forces equation, which is sum of all forces in the y direction is equal to ma. And I'm going to call the first block y1 and the second block y2. So for block 1, we have tension 1 minus tension 2 minus the weight is equal to mass times acceleration. And for the forces with the second block, we have tension 2 minus the weight equals mass times acceleration. Now we can use our givens and plug that into the second equation. So the problem already gave us the mass and the acceleration, and we know that gravity is 9.8, so we're just going to plug all that in and solve for tension 2. And we get tension 2 equals 118 newtons. Now we can solve for the first equation, which is tension 1, and we can say tension 1 equals tension 2 plus mass times g plus a. And we already know that tension 2 is 118 newtons, and we actually already know that m times g plus a is 118 newtons because we solved that in the previous equation. So now all we have to do is add 118 twice, and we get 236 newtons for the first tension. So now we have our final answer, which is the tension in segments A to B of the rope is 236 newtons, and the tension in the C to D segment in the rope is 118 newtons.